Sorry, I don't know why I did a countdown. We don't need a countdown for this. Listen, it's something that's very evident that we know that most people don't know. It's like I believe Captain Jack was one of the people that said it too. And I agree wholeheartedly, and anybody else, they might disagree, but I'm a strong believer in it myself. Jack said it on, I think, $1 million worth of game. He didn't say it over here where I'm at, but I got to give kudos to him saying it because that's exactly how I feel about it myself. We, as people that love the game of basketball, we love Michael Jordan. We love um, the 90s era. You saw what NBC did. NBC brought back the 90s telecast. They had Isaiah there. They brought back Bob Costas. They want to bring back the 90s because that's when it was real. That's where the money was. They want to bring back the nostalgia. They just screwed up because they had two of the dumbest games being played. And the games were bad. So the style of the game is not exciting anymore because they're not really playing a basketball game. They're in there doing high pick and roll, shoot a three. And then you got teams getting beat by 40s and 50s and 40s and 50s because they want to manipulate the game using this damn magnet ball. Now, we've already shown you the magnet ball and what the ball can do, how they can make turnovers with the ball, every damn thing. You've seen balls just jump out of people's hands. They be dripping like, what the hell? What happened? The ball just took off on me. They do a lot of things now, and with these prop bets, they want to be able to control it. To say, okay, you ain't getting another three, and you ain't finna mess up Vegas's money. So it's big money to protect that secret. And they're going to continue to spend that money to protect that secret. Now, what do we have here? We have another situation on the table for somebody else to come in and make claim to. But like Jack said, all these millions of dollars these guys are getting, they don't love the game like we do. These young NBA players, they don't love the game like that. They love the cars, the women, the clothes, the hoes. They like that more than the game. They playing ball because they nice. They don't love it. They don't care if they win a chip. They don't care if they win or lose. As long as they get paid, they good. They care about, let me get some stats. If I get 18 and 8, then my agent told me I can get 87 million. I can get 87 million off 18 and 8. So that's what I'm looking for. I got to get mine. And I understand you trying to fight to get on the team and get a position. You fighting for minutes. You got to get on the floor, because if you can't get on the floor and produce, then you can't, step it up. And people don't understand. And LeBron was trying to tell them in grammar school, some grammar school kids like, hey, you got to play a role. I know everybody think they Michael Jordan, Steph Curry, but when you get to the league, you're going to realize everybody's going to have to sacrifice. Not everybody going to be Jordan, And that's kind of what he was trying to allude to, is that when you get into the league, yeah, you might have been the number one player in college and high school, but you're going to have to sacrifice your game depending on what team you're on. You play with a team that's destined to go for an NBA championship, they don't want to see you in any type of format doing something that's not cool. Something that they don't agree with, that they don't have aligned. Like, this don't align with what we doing, bro. This is not how we moving out here. So if we not moving like this out here, we can't be a part of this. You know what I'm saying? So everybody, they know what they like and they know what they don't like. You know what I'm saying? We have to start channeling ourselves to say we deserve better, we want better, and move in that format. When Jack and them played, they wanted to win. You know, it's only, I kept telling y'all, it's only like 3-4 teams in the league that really care about winning. I'm serious. It's not that many teams that care about winning and losing games. Okay? The Knicks got pressure to win. Okay? The Lakers, they want to win because they got pressure to win. Now, teams like Portland, they don't care. Washington, they don't care if they win or lose. Utah don't care if they win or lose. You got the Bulls don't care if they win or lose. You have a lot of teams that have a philosophy of let's just get to the playoffs so we can sell tickets. That's Reinsdorf's whole philosophy. I've never seen an owner do an interview and say, we won enough. We got 6 championships already. We don't need to win another championship. Let somebody else win it for a change. As long as we make the playoffs and we're still, able to compete, then okay. But if we don't win, it's not a big deal. We got 6. That's the wrong mentality for any team I want to be. This is why the Bulls are where they are. You're a reflection of your ownership. If your ownership thinks this is the best business model for the team, is we just going to keep marketing the 6 championships. We're eating off that every year. That's why we're profitable. We don't have to win another one. And if we do, we're going to win it for $5 because we ain't spending no money. So that's just how it is. They just want to be good enough to make the playoffs so that they can keep selling tickets for the next season. When people stop coming, that's when they start spending some money. It happened every single time. Now, the love for the game. Girls, cars, sponsorships, that come like day one. Day one, you sign a contract. By day 2, you got a sponsorship deal. Some people got sponsorships before they even come through the door. They got the sneaker money already coming in. They got $1 million advance on a sneaker deal. They got that check already before they even got the shoes on. So you go from being broke, that I'm just hoping somebody can get me some McDonald's without it being a violation, to now, shit, I got $1 million, $2 million. Of course a kid gonna blow it. What does he know? He 18, 19 years old. Then you got situations where all these other people who are involved don't have your best interests. They do not have your best interests in mind. They want to see you fail. That's their whole goal in life, is to see you go down. And when that don't happen, what happens? They get upset about it. They pissed because they don't have the love for the game like Jack and them did, like Isaiah and them did. They don't have the pride to tape it up. Dude's got a toe injury. They out for damn near 5-6 months. Plantar fasciitis, that's going to keep you out a year? Shh. Man, people take that shit up and they get out there. They don't play through the pain. They going to chew them painkillers and have their ass out there. That was how the game was played, bro. The game was played that way. It was very real. It was grit and grind. Nobody had time for excuses, bro. Nobody had time for that. Now, when you start talking about the best of the best, We want something that was going to excite people, that was going to get a lot of people's attention and get them up. And you got people like Dylan
exchange. There are people out there that say maybe you shouldn't do that with one of the better players in the game. I guess what were you thinking?
I don't care. He's old. You know what I mean? I was waiting for that. I was expecting him to do that game 4, game 5. He wanted to say something when I got my 4th foul. He should have been saying that earlier on.
Exactly. And then you always know Kobe don't
There's
tell
no failure in sports.
Seriously, what does failure mean? It's not. It doesn't exist.
You know, there's good days, bad days. Some days you are able to be successful. Some days you're not.
Because if I fail today, okay, I'm gonna learn something from that failure, and I'm gonna try again on Tuesday.
And that's what sports is about. You don't always win.
The story continues. So if you fail on Monday, the only way it's a failure on Monday is if you decide to not progress from that.
So 50 years from 1971 to 2021 that we didn't win a championship, it was 50 years of failures? No, it was not. It was steps to it.
So to me, that's why failure is not existent.
It's not a failure. It's steps to success.
And that's the key. There's steps. The failure is not moving forward, not putting the effort to try. So they're failing the people and failing the game by repeating the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. And that only results that's coming in is failure. Failure on their parts all the way around the board. Now, when is someone going to call the shit out? That's all I'm saying. Somebody got to step up and call the shit out. So that's why I come along. Because you know me, I'm going to call the shit out. I'm going to call it like I see it. I don't give a fuck. I'll be like, this is some bullshit. These niggas need to call this shit out. For real, because these players don't love the game. And they want to get this curse of LeBron out the league. This entitlement. It's all about me. Because what you haven't noticed is they bleach in the league. For real. KD wasn't lying about that. They've been bleaching the league, but they bleaching it because y'all Negroes then got too entitled and think like it's forever for y'all. Y'all can't be replaced. Oh, they showing you can. And they showing you will be. Your turnover window is going smaller and smaller. They ain't going to have no patience. There ain't going to be no development. You're going to be out. They'll go get somebody from overseas who's already developed to play this Euro style of game. They're familiar with it. They understand it. And they can fit right into it. And while you need that 2-3 years to be solid, to develop, to become the monster you can. So by 21, you could be out the league. G League by 21, 22, 23. You have no development. You're hoping to get a role. Do you know how many guys got drafted? How many people actually got drafted? And they were monsters, B. Straight monsters in the game. I'm dead serious. These people were monsters in the game. Do you understand why these people couldn't see life for what it was the first time around? Because they never thought that it mattered. Because this is what everybody thinks. This is how they move. So if you see somebody come along, right, and they go, this is the best it's ever going to be, right? If they came along and said that, and said, "This is the best it's ever gonna be." I'd be like, based off of what? You know what I mean? Based off of what? Is this the best it's ever gonna be? I'd be like, really? Yeah, it's crazy. That's why we don't pay it no mind. When you start paying idiots' minds, then that's when you got to question the way you moving. These young players don't respect the game because they feel like they don't have to respect the game. If someone put it into their perspective that, hey, y'all need to respect this game because these people came before you, they set the tone. Playing hard is a privilege. This is a privilege to be in this game. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is no joke. This is real spill. This is a privilege to be in this position. It's up to you what you're going to do while you're here. Nobody else but you. So, you know what I'm saying? Like they say, the chain remains. The chain remains on a lot of these people because they want themselves changed. Their mind is changed. Their brains are. These young athletes today, they don't care, man. They have no respect. None. It's just the way they was raised, this entitled social media world, man. I'm telling you, it was a book out called Don't Trust Nobody Under 30. Because they screwed up. And then I'm just thinking 30 is young. 30 is young. Believe me, there's some people in this world that's so screwed up, it would mess your mind up. But these young people don't respect the game, man. So it is what it is. I'll do a YouTube version where I clean this up. But but we all know what it is, So everybody that we've seen before that came before us, they had nothing to say, dog. Nothing. So thanks, Captain Jack, for what you said on $1 million worth of game. It's true. These guys don't love the game like guys back in the day. Them guys wanted to play. They wanted to win, dog. They wanted to win. They wanted to beat. It was rivalries. They took that serious. Today, they got to beg people to be a rivalry. Too much fraternizing. Guys are super friends. Guys are super friends. And back in the 80s and 90s, you just didn't know it because when they played, they tried to take each other's head off. But they trying to win. Guys wanted to win. Like way more. Guys here just don't care. Everybody cares about the individual brands, all that nonsense, dog. They wanted to win back then. It was real. People wanted to win. So that's the game we respect. And I'm out.